Okay, we are going to learn the verse chords to a song called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, as performed by Israel Kamaka Wiwiole. That's fun to say. Say it with me. Kamaka Wiwiole. All right. I'm sure you'll probably have the chords sooner than you'll be able to have the pronunciation of his last name. But he was a very famous and notable Hawaiian ukulele player. And so people in Hawaii still revere him today as someone who's pulled the ukulele from Hawaii into now a worldwide instrument. So let's start with the chords to this song. The first chord is the C chord. We make the C chord by placing our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. And if you remember the string names, we have G, C, E, and A. Or you could say giraffes can eat apples to help you remember the string names. And the A string is the bottom string, and we're going to place our ring finger on the 3rd fret, and we'll strum all 4 strings at the same time. The next chord is the E minor chord. Now, I really like the way this chord looks. If you look at it on a chord chart, you can kind of see how each one of these is stepped. Let me explain how we play it. We're going to place our index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. We're going to place our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then our ring finger on the 4th fret of the C string, and we'll strum all 4 strings at the same time. And you see it kind of creates this stair step. Okay, let's strum the E minor chord. Our next chord is the F chord. It starts out like the A minor chord with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Then we also place our index finger on the 1st fret of the E string. That gives you the F chord. Let's strum it. And then this takes us back to another C chord. You'll remember that it's ring finger, 3rd fret on the A string. Let's strum C. Now that we've looked at the first 4 chords for this song, let's strum them together in order. You can just strum 1 time for each chord, and I'll give you 4 beats or 4 seconds to change in between. Let's try it nice and slow. Get your C chord ready. 1, 2, 3, play C. 1, 2, E minor, now. 1, 2, go to F. 1, 2, and back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at the last half of this chord progression. It starts with the F chord, middle finger 2nd fret on the G string, and index finger 1st fret on the E string. Ready? Strum. To a C chord. Ready? Go. And now we have a G chord. The important thing to remember about the G chord is make sure you use your index finger on the 2nd fret of the C string and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the bottom A string, so that your ring finger goes in between the 2 strings, almost forming what looks like a triangle if you were to look at the chord shape on the chord chart. Let's strum the G chord together. Ready? Strum. It goes to the A minor chord next, which is middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Ready? Go. And just as we talked about using the A minor to create the F chord, once you've got your A minor chord in place, now all we have to do is place our index finger down on the 1st fret of the E string to play the F chord. I'm going to play for you the latter half of this song, starting on the F chord and going to this chord. I'm going to play with 4 beats in between, hopefully giving you enough time to switch chords with me as I count. Let's put our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string and our index finger on the 1st fret of the E string, getting our F chord prepared. Ready? 1, 2, 3, F. 1, 2, 3, play C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's G. 2, 3, 4, and A minor. 2, 3, 4, to F. 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play through all of the chords slowly. Keep in mind switching from C to G. Something you can think about is how your ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the C, on the A string for the C chord, and in the G chord, your ring finger will go to the 3rd fret of the E string. I like to call when fingers do this, leader fingers, so that we've got a C chord, and then when I move my 3rd finger to the E string 3rd fret, I've led my other fingers by putting this finger down first, and now I can put my index and my middle finger both at the same time on the 2nd frets. Middle finger, 2nd fret on the A string, index finger on the 2nd fret on the C string. So let's try a real quick C, move the ring finger, and strum a G. Let's try that transition from C to G together. Ready? 3rd fret on the A string with your ring finger. I'll give you 4 beats. Ready? Strum C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. 2, 3, 4. Now let's go back and play all of the chords in this chord progression to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Nice and slow, 4 beats in between. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 4. 1. Oops. Let me try it again. Teachers make mistakes too. Ready? Start from the C chord. 1, 2, 3. Here's C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing you may wonder about this song is the rhythm. There are lots of ways to create the same rhythm. A lot of students always ask me, what's the rhythm? What's the strumming pattern? And I think things can get complicated with downs and ups and trying to explain the right way of strumming down or up. So I'm going to demonstrate for you the rhythm. And then what I want you to do is see if you can figure out how to recreate that rhythm on your own. Here's the rhythm for the C chord, the E minor chord, the F chord, and the C chord. So I'm going to isolate that rhythm to just the C chord and slow it down a little bit. So we have let me explain that rhythm to you. Keep in mind that your downs and your ups may differ from mine in the long run, but this is the way that I tend to always do it. Very slowly, if we broke it up into 3 parts, we have down, down, up, notice that after I did an up, down, down, up, I moved my hand down so I could do another up, down, up, which allows me to then start with a down strum on the next chord. Let me demonstrate this for you on the E minor chord. Remember, the rhythm is down, down, up, down, up. Here it is on the E minor chord. 1, 2, 3, go. Down, down, up, down, up. You may have even noticed how I rotated my wrist so that I could come below the A string to do my upstroke. For me, this is the most natural way of strumming the rhythm. Honestly, you could strum it all with downs. It tends to sound a little choppy, but we still accomplish the same goal. If you watch the video, you can see Israel Kamakawibiole using his hand in a way that does not only use the index finger, but he kind of brushes through the strings with his fingertips and also brushes up with his thumb. So let me show you another way of doing this rhythm. Okay. Let me get the instrument up here. And now I'm going to play this song for you in a little more musical fashion as opposed to a teaching fashion. So you may see me do some different things here, but I'll try and stick to the same rhythm and the same chords. But do keep in mind, it's your music. If it sounds good to you, it probably sounds good to other people too. All right, let's play a little bit of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me. We can end on the C chord. So there are more chords to that song, but this will be a good start to get you in the habit of switching chords with a song that you're familiar with and perhaps you could even sing. So let's end our video.